So hello everyone, today I am going to be making a homemade soup, vegetable soup, and I'm going to start by making my own vegetable broth. So the way that I'm going to do that is making the broth out of vegetables that I've cut up, and the extra pieces that were left over, I just freeze them. That's a little tip or a little trick that I found from reading on several websites. You just take them, put them in freezer bags, and you throw them in the freezer. So I'm going to start by taking those bags, putting them in 2 quarts of water, and letting them boil for about 30 minutes. Then I'll strain the liquid, and that will give me my vegetable broth. And here are my vegetables, like I told you, that have been frozen. They are not freezer burned. They've only been in there for a week or two. But you know, I just take whatever vegetables that I've had and I just throw them in the pot. So at this point, I'm just waiting on the water to boil, and then I'm going to throw them in just like that. I think there are carrot pieces, potatoes. I'm going to cut up a little bit of onion. Looks like some green onion. So you can see right now that I have the vegetables boiling, or the throwaway vegetables boiling in the pot. And like I said earlier, I'm going to let them boil for about 30 minutes or so. Right now I'm going to go ahead and pour in my boiled vegetables to strain them. So you can just kind of watch what I'm doing just to strain them. I have a colander in there. And so this is all that what I had left over, and I'm going to just discard this. Then I'm going to clean this off, clean out my other pot, and then I'm going to do it again until I don't have any more residual vegetables left in there. Alright, so I've already strained out the broth. Now I'm going to put my vegetables in. As you can see, I've chopped up quite a variety. I have zucchini, carrots, potatoes, onions, garlic, celery. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this into my pot. I have an Instapot, so that's what I'll be using to cook mine in. And I took the broth and already added it into the pot. I'm also going to add in just some whole sweet corn and some leftover peas from the last soup that I made. And to top that off, it calls for 1.5 cups of lentils. I just kind of measured it and poured it in here, so I'm just going to pour those in on top. And the next thing I'm going to do is measure out my seasonings. Almost forgot my can of diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted diced tomatoes. Okay, so to finish off the recipe, I'm going to use some sage, some cumin. What else do I have sitting over here? I'm sorry. Curry powder, paprika, which I'm using smoked paprika, a little bit of salt, a little bit of, sorry about that glare, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I'm just going to turn my Instant Pot on with the follow directions for making soup. I cook it for about 30 minutes and it'll be done. If you're going to make the soup, you can add as much seasonings, whatever seasonings that you want to use. And the thing I like about the vegetable broth that I make is that I control how much sodium is in it. And of course, without having to purchase it and having to get low sodium, it's going to be as low as sodium as it is as far as what the vegetables contain. So that's about as low sodium as you can get, and you can save about $4 buying it. So hope that you enjoyed it. I'll show you a picture of the soup once it's done. And there you have it, the completed vegetable soup.